Rolex are selling a 10-year-old GMT Master 2 Batman for £16,450 and we are selling a brand new unworn 2024 model for £14,450. Let's talk about the Rolex CPO system. What is the CPO system? Is the certified pre-owned system that Rolex have introduced over the last few years, where you can buy a pre-owned watch that is 3 years old under their Rolex umbrella. This particular watch has been sent off to Rolex to be serviced and polished, ready before advertisement. This is their biggest USP. This is what Rolex are pushing out. It's been authenticated, it's been serviced, and I will touch on this later in the video because it also has quite a few cons. Let's look at the benefits. You know that every watch is 100% authentic. You know every watch has been serviced by Rolex's in-house watchmakers, and you also know that it comes with Rolex International 2-year warranty and guarantee. How does a watch qualify for the CPO system? It has to be a minimum of 3 years old. Bear in mind, some watches that are advertised on the CPO system may only be 4 years or 5 years old. These are still covered over the new Rolex 5-year international warranty, and all modern Rolexes do not need to be serviced for 8 to 10 years from manufacturer. So you've got to ask yourself the question, is this overkill? Are you paying a premium for a watch in the CPO system that has been serviced that not necessarily needs a service? I can tell you that not every watch that you receive in the CPO system comes with a full set of box and papers. For you newbies, what is a set of box and papers? It is the original Rolex box, the original Rolex outer box, and the sleeve, and the green leather wallet, the international warranty card which has the model and serial number of your watch on and the date the watch was actually registered. It'll also have the service booklet, the instruction manual, the green hologram swing tag, and also the all-important white swing tag. Why is it so important? It has the dial and serial number and the model reference for your watch, which guarantees that that dial code for your watch, that dial was original. And when you're jumping into the CPO system, it will have been authenticated with Rolex, but when you come to sell a later date, will this actually affect the value? For watches that Rolex are actually selling on the CPO system, and you can go online, go and watch the Switzerland group, have a look yourself, see the sets that they're offering. Not all of them come with the original box and papers. They will say, if available, you get them. So what do you get? You get the new CPO card, which is a white card, which has a 2-year warranty on it, and it has the date that it was actually serviced from Rolex. You have the new CPO, instead of the green hologram tag, you have the new CPO white, so that's the Rolex one, which is the green hologram. You have their version of the new white. You have the new CPO box, and that's pretty much it. That's all you're gonna get. I think you get a little travel pouch, something like that. Not a lot, not compared to the original set. And this is where the problem lies for me with Rolex, you know, and the CPO system. Are you losing what, in my opinion, is where the value is of a full set in the set? So when you come to resell at a later date, will a dealer like me value the watch at less money because it's got a CPO card? Great, it's had a 2-year service. Great, you know, it's been authenticated from Rolex, but where's the rest of the set? Does that devalue it? In my opinion, yes. Which leads me on nicely, are Rolex's CPO watches overpriced in the grey market? Again, don't take my word for it. Go on the websites, have a look, because I can give you first-hand experience of 2 watches that we've bought in from a client that coming in this week, naming no names, and he's bought on the CPO system. They ironically both have a full set, so they've got the original card, booklets, wallets, tags, everything else. Fantastic. But he's paid a price, and if I was to tell you the price that he's paid, we're talking massive, massive margins. And what you've got to ask yourself, is it worth it? We're taking in a 2020 Sea Dweller 43 Red in stainless steel. To give you guys an idea, this particular client paid over £14,000 for this watch from the CPO system. We would sell that watch for £10,000 and we would buy it in for £8,000. That's our buying in price. We have our margin, we lose our overheads. Rolex have put their price up 14,000. I'll guarantee you now, their buying in price for that watch will be less than what we'd offer. 1,000,000%, no argument to be had. So let's look at the real margins of what they're actually doing and how much they're actually making on that particular purchase. So the margin that we're working on is 20%. There or thereabouts, 20% margin. Less overheads, you know, pay the staff, pay the tax man, done. What percentage of markup is a watch that we would buy in for 8,000? I'm sure they did as well, and I would like to know the buying price, by the way. I guarantee it's less. And a retail of £14,350, which is what it was, because I have the receipt for it. 80% profit margin. Think about that. Now you've got to think, is it worth it for me to buy a watch from the CPO system? You may not have the knowledge of the market or the grey market. You may be misadvised. I'm not saying he was, but you may be. 80% margin on what we would sell it for. So there's a 60% difference of profit margin on the marketplace. What does a Rolex service cost? Let's factor that into the margin that we just spoke about. A Rolex service, for you guys out there, to send that watch to Rolex per service is £1,000. That's what Rolex will charge you to service the movement, give you 2 years warranty, and obviously valet the watch and give you the 2-year international service card. Of that percentage, that is a minimal amount compared to the overall price that you are being charged. Are you paying a premium and paying for that service and more? Ask yourself that question. You've also got to ask yourself the question, are you being dangled the carrot? Buy this watch, sir, from our CPO system and we will put you on the list for a new watch. That is something I would love to know. Please drop it in the comments, because I feel sure that some of you guys are being told, buy this and we'll get you one of them. And as a result of this, will the ADs get more allocation of new watches? This is another question. So are they pushed to sell the CPO system and they have targets to meet? If you push all these watches onto the public, will you then get more new watches allocation? Again, with not enough information out there, we're quite early days with regards the CPO system and what we've seen out there. I can give you an example of a first-hand experience of what I've just mentioned. We had a client come to us to buy an Oyster Flex Daytona Sundust in the rose gold. This model here, and I'll show you it. This model here is the new reference. It's the 126515LN with a beautiful Sundust dial. The price from Rolex for a brand new unworn is £29,300. We sell this watch for around £35,000, yes, but we all know how hard they are to get. We all know about the AD dance, and we all know about, you know, being made to buy other things, including jewelry and other models you don't want. We all know about that. This particular client went in to put his name on the list for this watch. He was told, usual thing, put you on the waiting list, sir, blah, 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 but let's have a look in there. He was sent over the CPO system. He was offered a similar watch, so it was the Sundust. It was a Daytona Oyster Flex. It was a 2021 model, which is the discontinued 116. Nothing wrong in that. The watch that they were selling was £36,000. We were selling the new reference, brand new unworn, not pre-owned, 5-year warranty for £1,000 less. But not only that, if we were selling the one that they sold or was advertising at 36, we'd actually sell that for under £30,000. So just let that sink in. Which leads me on nicely to buying a CPO watch on the grey market. Now for you guys out there, log on to Chrono24, go on eBay, have a look, put in a Rolex model, or put in Rolex and put CPO watch and see what comes up. Because I'm telling you, it's very, very confusing. There's not enough out there in the marketplace for us to actually have true confidence in the system. But what I have seen, a watch is being sold as 2024 models. And these are the ones that I referred to earlier in the video that have no box and paper. So how do you know the year of the watch? Because they're being sold as 2024 models, but they're not. Because unless you know your reference numbers, for example, the James Cameron, so it's got the blue and black dial, the reference for this one is a 126660. This is a watch that is in the middle of production years. So for you guys that don't know, the early one is the 116, this is the 12, and the current one from Rolex is the 136. And this particular watch is advertised online as a 2024 model. Because it doesn't have the original Rolex card, you can't then go back and you can't check that against the paperwork to see that that is actually maybe a 2020 watch or a 2017 watch, because it's been sold as a 2024 watch. So unless you know your model numbers and you know that had a certain year period of production, or you know your dials or bezels, whether it be a Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, or even getting a bit deeper into the clasps, where you can tell the difference from the size of the clasps and the finish on the inside of the clasp, and I am going into minor detail, how do you know the year of that watch if it is a watch only in the CPO system advertised as a 2024 watch? My opinion is that Rolex are diluting the market and confusing the market with watches that are being sold with different years that are already full sets on the grey market. Have you guys out there had a similar experience with your authorised dealer? Please let me know in the comments below.